because I don't know what recording live does yet. Oh, 3. Okay. Huh. Learn something new every day with that. Okay. Talking here with Coach Babler in 3, 2, and 1. Catching up now, Minnesota West Bluejay men's basketball coach Kris Babler as the Bluejays with a win the other night. We'll get to that in just a second. Coach, first off, thanks for your time today.
Excited to be here.
All right, let's do it. As quickly, let's go back to Saturday. Bluejays on the road, traveling over to Austin, get a rematch with Riverland, and close game here in Worthington. They kind of hit some big shots. One of their guards kind of went off and pulled away, and Bluejays fall on the road Saturday. Sounds like it was kind of a bizarre game on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday was an exercise in frustration. It was a 4-point game at halftime. We felt we were right there. We came out early in the second half. Again, we're battling, keeping it close, and one of their officials made like 7 technical fouls in the course of about a 4.5-minute span.
Oh wow!
Not all against us, but it ended up. We were looking at the other coaching staff, and they were just as bewildered by why these calls were being made, and it was a 25-7 foul count against us, and it just seemed like we kind of felt like the game was taken away, and a lot was decided on the free throw line for a big chunk of the second half. To Riverland's credit, they knocked down shots late, and we missed our opportunities there. And they're a dang good team. They go and beat Denoka Ramsey, and they're first in the conference in a tie, and so we don't feel terrible. We feel like that's a program we can compete with, and that they got us Saturday.
Bluejays able to bounce back, though, Wednesday night, go on the road, the nice long road trip all the way up to Fergus Falls to take on the Spartans, and obviously able to get the job done, last night. As I want to first mention, kind of before we get too much into last night's game, Kuol Chol, the freshman from Ames, Iowa, after a great week last week, named MCAC Southern Division Player of the Week, averaging over 30 points, and we've talked about it all year long about, since day one, you knew the athleticism was there. You talked about how this kid never really played point guard or anything, and now he's kind of asked to run that role here at the Bluejays, and just every game out seems like he just continues to get better and better, and really starting to flourish as we head down to that stretch run.
Yeah, we need him to keep playing and keep getting better too. But it's been remarkable to watch a kid who's never played an on-ball position before to come in, and when he first started, he was mediocre at best, and then in the middle of the year, his scoring picked up a little bit, and we knew he could rebound and block some shots. And now it's getting to a point where he's cut his turnovers, his steals are up, and he's starting to hit from deep, and it's scary, where this kid's ceiling is. So, we feel like we got an ace in the hole here down the stretch, and we're still in the hunt.
For Kuol's game, watching him get more comfortable with that ball in his hands, and he kind of hit like that 10-game mark, and then you could tell he was starting to get comfortable with taking it to the hole with more consistency. Now it's starting to get to take it to the hole with consistency, but feeling what's going on around him. He doesn't always have to take it to the hole and try to take a shot every time. Sometimes now he'll dump it off with that little layup on the backside, or, hey, if nothing's there, we've seen him a few times, even the last week, just kind of kick it out, let the ball come back to him and kind of reset himself up. And it's the little things like that I think is the growth of his game, because that's how you cut down turnovers. I mean, the less times you are trying to force something with the basketball,
yep,
the less turnovers you're going to have. I mean, it's just the way that basketball works.
And it's no coincidence that his teammates are becoming more unselfish, and so is he. So it's kind of like this weird gelling that's happening. Guys are starting to trust each other, and just I don't know that the group quite understood just how good of a basketball player Kuol was capable of being, and I think they're seeing now that he makes everybody better around him too.
And like you said, the sharing of the basketball, which is the way you want to play anyways. You want that ball to be moving around the perimeter and then attack when you can. So once people, once the comfort gets there, in what your teammates are doing and what you can do. You can find your spots on the floor and then obviously try to produce. And we've been seeing those things kind of continue. And it sounds like the other night against Fergus Falls, you put over 100 points up on the board. So obviously you make 17 threes. So obviously things were clicking offensively Wednesday night.
Yeah, we've benefited from Brandon Harkula, who started to get a lot more comfortable within the offense and move the ball well. We've benefited from a bench who've kind of taken on some of the roles and responsibilities that we need out of them. And in general, guys they look like for longer stretches they're having fun out there, and that's what we're trying to do. That's the basis of the motion offense, and the ball movement style is that everybody touches it, and players start to see the hard work they're putting in with the extra shooting pay off because they'll get open looks.
Well, I was going to say, with 17 made 3-pointers, obviously you must have been moving the ball around pretty good.
Yeah, we were moving it well. One of the advantages of Fergus Falls for us when we were walking in there, they're not a supreme athletic team. So, we know we can move the ball comfortably. What's interesting to me and what I'm excited to find out is, how do we move the ball against a more athletic Western team Saturday, and then a Ridgewater team who's going to have their back on the wall on the following Wednesday. So big stretch coming up here.
Kuol Chol with another huge game, over 30 points, 9 boards, 8 assists, So almost at that triple-double, which is exactly what, I suppose in your dream of dreams, that's what he would do every night. But, that's what he's capable of. He's capable of putting up the big points, and then obviously just the kid doesn't stop working. And I think that's what's so much fun to watch him. Unless he's coming over to puke in a basket. He's
true.
True. It happened.
That happened.
Yeah, it happened this year. The kid went back out there, but
not only did he go to the sideline to get sick for a moment, he then took the ball out of bounds, threw it off somebody's back, and scored an and one. It was unbelievable. I
forgot about that, but that's what makes him so much fun to watch. For me personally, is just his work ethic. He comes, and I would imagine you can't have that attitude in games and not have it in practice. I'd imagine he brings it every day in practice.
He was much more energetic earlier in the season when we had breaks, and now that it's conference season, I'm playing him 38 minutes a night. So rest and recovery is a big emphasis for a guy like him, a guy like Jaden. But yeah, he's a team guy. He's repeating the same things that I'm saying when I'm not standing there. So good things are going to continue to happen for him.
Obviously, good balance to go over the 100 mark. Trey Waugh, nice bounce back game for him with 20 points. And I think Jaden was at 19 and Brandon at 18, I think it was. And Jeremy in double figures with 11. So again, that's what you want to play. Move the ball around. And the way Brandon's shooting, and Jeremy, we know he can get going. And you said Kuol shot well Wednesday for the perimeter, and boy, that makes him almost virtually unguardable. Because if you have to come out that far, 24 feet, and try to keep a hand in his face to guard his shot, that just opens up the whole floor for the whole offense.
Yeah, I think he'll start to see a lot of double teams coming at him, and guys got to be ready to make plays. I can't imagine that we won't see that over the next week. He's just been on a tear. I think he had 31. He had 31 last night. He had 30 here Saturday, and upper 20s the game before. It's going to be interesting here. We've got an opportunity to make a run on his brilliant play. If everybody else is ready to step up and finish their opportunities.
Well, like I said, big stretch now. You're sitting at 4-5. You gave yourself a shot here to make a run down the stretch, get in that state tournament. Starts with Western Tech. You talked a little bit about them being a more athletic squad than Fergus. What were some of the other things from the Cavaliers that you kind of noticed this year?
They've got a really, really good guard who can score the basketball. They've got 2 others around him that can catch and shoot. They run kind of an open spread offense like we do. They're not the defensive team that we feel we can be on a consistent basis. But they're probably they're itching for another win. They got Fergus once. I know you don't make a 4-hour road trip to not play hard.
Yeah.
So we're going to expect a competitive bunch Saturday, and hopefully there's going to be a lot of people out watching the game.
This Saturday is Meet the Lady Jays and Bluejays Day, so that means not only should you come out and watch, because all students, kindergarten through 12th grade, they all get in for free for Saturday's game and get a chance to meet the team and get a signed poster as well. So come on out and see the Bluejays. Lady Jays start at 1. Bluejays will hit the court about 2:30 or so Saturday afternoon, and a big stretch for both the women's and men's teams. As Coach, as always, we appreciate the time, Kris, and good luck. We'll see you at the gym Saturday.
Thanks. See you Saturday.
Yeah, I see it. 13:30. It's still counting. Better be there.
We're on there.
That one says recording.